Hey guys, Dr. Morse, Injury Experts. I am a sports medicine physician from Miami, and we're going to talk about Christian McCaffrey. Now, McCaffrey's had an unfortunate year secondary to initially a calf strain and then a partial tear, likely, of his Achilles. And then we find out eventually it was his other Achilles. He missed 8-9 weeks, somewhere around there. And for the most part, he's been okay. He hasn't been super amazing, but tonight could have been an electric night just given the weather conditions. Now, he went down on this play right here. And you can see, the left calf, the left Achilles, maybe something there. He planted his right foot and it just kind of slid out. And then that was it. He gave himself up, went off to the sideline, and went off to the locker room and eventually never came back. Now, initially when I saw this, I said, okay, that could be calf, that could be Achilles. And that's consistent with both what he had previously, but also with what it looked like. But when you zoom it back and look at the play before, here's what you see. Look at how, when they talked about this shoestring tackle, look at how he lands on that right knee. Okay, when he lands on that right knee, he's flexed like this, right? So what does that mean? When you land on a flexed knee like that, yes, you can injure the patella tendon and the kneecap, and you can get bursitis, but it's not super common, and it's usually pretty benign. When you land on a ground this hard, traditionally you are jamming the femur up. The problem is, what that does is it sprains the PCL. The PCL is the other ligament that crisscrosses with the ACL. Very thick ligament, about the size of your thumb, very, very large. And this is what keeps our knee stable. So if you have a PCL sprain and you're standing, your knee's going to go backwards. It's going to go whoop, because the issue with PCL sprains is that the knee can't stabilize the knee going back, holding it, preventing it from going backwards. So the knee is super loose and you can't plant your foot. So when he tried to plant his foot to rotate back to the left with his right leg, right knee, he couldn't do it because he couldn't put any weight on it. Now, there is a video that I saw that had a kind of a gnarly look to his left calf. So is it possible that he had multiple injuries? Yes. But the team called it a knee. And I'm not going to second guess them with that, even though we've had issues with the 49ers in the past in terms of how clear they've been with their injuries, a la Brock Purdy right now in his shoulder. But with that being said, I think realistically, this is a knee. This is probably a PCL. That's what it looked like. That's what I called it initially. Is there a possibility he has a calf or an Achilles or something else? Maybe. But realistically, this is probably going to end his season. If this was super mild, he probably would have returned to the game, regardless of the score. The fact that he didn't return to the game and he was having a good game tells me they're concerned enough. They ended up getting blown out. Mason looked really good. He'll be the guy to take over again. Gorendo got the touchdown, but he looked pretty good too. Maybe they have a little bit of a split backfield, but this unfortunately could be season ending. We're heading into week 14, so we're running out of weeks anyway. And it's not looking like they're going to make the playoffs, so this unfortunately could be 2 weeks. This could be a month, but that usually translates to season ending at this stage of a team that is unlikely to make the playoffs, at least based on what it's looking like right now. So let's hope it's not an ACL. Let's hope it's not a bad meniscus. When you have conditions like this, anything's possible. Anything is possible. So, but based on the initial video, my thought is PCL. And let's hope it's a mild one like Zeke had and like a bunch of other people had. as opposed to more of a moderate one, which is what Puka Nacua had and likely what Dalton Kincaid is dealing with now. I'll fill you in when we know more. I'll have a full wrap-up by the end of the game. Best of luck. Let's hope McCaffrey gets lucky, but I have some concerns.